he's going to have to do a bit on his own towards the end. But yeah, I think it's a case of big wide roads at the moment. We go over this kind of intersect. This is about 4.5 kilometres to go. If you're putting riders on the front, we just seen that over the last kind of kilometre or a little bit more, kilometre and a half, Thomas de Gent did his turn and then swung off, and will no longer take part of the Lotto Soudal train at the front. You will burn up a lot of riders.
Yeah, the train now with Jared Risnes, the Australian Carlos Barbero. We have Sylvain Munique, and of course, as last lead out, Rudiger Selig. And throwing your bottle on the side of the road there will cost you 200 francs. And rightly so, because that was completely unnecessary from the Lotto rider. Still trying to find out where Alpecin de Koning are as the speed is going up. And also looking for those signs on the side of the road as somebody's jogging almost inside the peloton where we are. Because the pace is so high, Brian, that I think we might just be close to the final kilometre now.
No, we're still the distance is about 4 kilometres out. I think what we're seeing now is we're seeing a big wide road. There's plenty of room for movement. It's always going to be very difficult for one team to control this. But yeah, we're just about 4 kilometres to go now, and I don't think there's any real kind of panic at the moment. If you're out of position, you've got plenty of room to move. And we can see that the Australian team at the front really getting behind Wiggins, but they're doing a lot of work at the front. And we know that these sprints are always going to be messy and a lot of movement down this peloton.
Yeah, because they only have 2 riders now left in front of Craig Wiggins, which with 3K to go is not a lot. And the other teams, they are just profiting from the work done there by the Australian team. Lotto Soudal and Movistar just sitting on Astana as well. The final 3 kilometres in today's stage. It's been a rather uneventful affair with 3 leaders caught about 10 kilometres ago. It's the ARA team from Australia leading out their men. Craig Wiggins, the winner of stage 2. Of course, he wants to repeat that performance and preferably crossing the line in first place and not due to the relegation of somebody else. To have that picture for your Instagram feed. Everybody is upping the pace now. We have Reinhard van Janssen van Rensburg currently sandwiched between his teammates. So it might actually be Rudiger Selig doing the sprint today, Brian. He is in that 3rd position at the moment and not Janssen van Rensburg.
Yeah, I would think so. Riney got the opportunity for the couple sprint stages. He got 2 6th places, so possibly they're kind of passing the baton over. But I think the Alpecin de Koning have come up at the right time inside the kind of last 2 kilometres now. This big long straight before we hit the last kilometre, swing left, and you can see them on the right hand side. On these big wide roads, we said it right from the start that you can afford to kind of sit back a little bit, a lot of movement. You don't want to burn too many of your teammates up, but yeah, like the first 2 sprints, this is going to be rather chaotic.
Look at that. X and that rider from ARA Pro Cycling. There was a lot of elbowing going on there into the final kilometre. Everybody, of course, wants to keep their place. They are really fighting for their position. The entire peloton is now moving to the left side of the road to do that left-hand turn that you described there. We have Syriza doing the work for the Astana team, or Seitz doing the work for the Astana team for Gleb Syriza. That's the Flamme Rouge. We're now inside the final kilometre. We see Ryan Gibbons doing the work there for Milano as well. Norsgaard doing the work for Max Kanter. Marijn van den Berg is moving to the front in the pink. Oh, there's a big crash in the middle of the pack with one of the riders of the ARA team going down, and that is causing big chaos there. And only the first 10-15 riders are continuing for the finale. We do know that we do have that turn about 150 meters from the finish line, making things completely unpredictable. You can't see the finish line until 150 meters to go, but we have Reinhard Janssen van Rensburg leading out his teammate into that final few hundred meters. Great lead out there for the man from South Africa. We have Marechko as well sprinting for it for Alpecin de Koning, and if we have the finish line, it would be very nice to see that it's actually, well, is it Marechko? Or is it the man? It is Marechko through the middle, but the man from Lotto Soudal, Rudiger Selig, was awfully close there. body checking there between the riders from ARA Pro Racing and Uno X. They were just going completely full body check there. Absolutely unacceptable behavior, and we'll see on the...
You can see when Mareczko goes that Milano was pretty much on his wheel, but a good lead out from Van Rensburg. But Selig is going, and you can see Milano again having to push and shove a little bit too far back. No room for him, and Mareczko just nips through there. Grossu for Dronhopper, he was in the perfect place, getting third place.
Mareczko wins ahead of Selig, Grossu, Molano, Blikra, Kanter, Taminio, Gustav Basson, Marijn van der Perre.